here on Nerd Talk.
What did you think about when they got rid of Cat of Lois and Clark?
Oh, and like they just didn't even explain it.
She's just gone.
She's just gone. And then when they rehashed Supergirl, her character's back,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like a main character. So it's like obviously Cat Grant has a lot of pull in the story, and she just left. No explanation. They mention her.
She's in comics and stuff.
Yeah, she's in the comics, and she always likes Clark.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of mention it in the Supergirl, but it's not. It's since Superman's not really
In that show.
that much.
Yeah.
They
Hey nerds! Welcome to Nerd Talk with Silver and Ray, your home for fandoms. We're back talking about stuff we love, about our favorite topics in TV, movie, gaming, books, comics, and more. I'm Silver.
and I'm Ray.
Welcome in, you guys. Today we're talking about movies, the genre as a whole, because everybody loves a good movie.
For sure.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking about all the movies I watch people react to, because I love to watch people react to movies, just because it's like you're watching it all over again for yourself.
Yeah.
For the first time. So that's why I love to watch people do first time movie watches. A lot of people react to Star Wars. I don't watch things I haven't seen. But yes, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, the new musicals that are coming out, Disney, you know, Superman stuff and
Hmm.
all that stuff, Jurassic Park. So there's so many movies, so little time.
Yes. Well, I mean, I know we kind of listed that we had like favorite movies before, but what is like one of your favorite movies?
Um, One of my favorite movies. I'm just thinking in terms of ones that I really like to rewatch all the time. Like Shawshank Redemption is one of those. Clue's one of those. Um, all the '90s movies pretty much. Just love those. And
You know, but as good as Shawshank Redemption is, believe it or not, I hadn't seen that movie until you showed it to me.
what?
I didn't see it as a kid or when it first came out or anything like
I
that.
mean,
I
it's
don't
a
even
prison
think
movie, so you
I
shouldn't have.
didn't even know it existed, I don't think.
Mm.
Ah, I hadn't seen, and I know this is gonna make me sound really bad, but
I know.
I hadn't seen any of the Back to the Future movies either. With as much as of a universal person as I am, I would ride that ride and have no idea
You have been on the
as a
ride and
kid,
never seen the
and I hadn't
movie.
seen them. I didn't even know why it kept saying Back to the Future, because I was like, so is it a like in a futuristic movie? Is it a because I didn't know, and then we watched it, and I was like, oh, now it all makes sense. Because I
Yes,
remember
we've got to go back to the future.
future. Yeah, I remember asking my mom one of the times when we got off the ride. I was little,
Yeah.
and I was like, Why is it called Back to the Future?" Like the movie takes place in the past.
Yeah.
Like I was so confused because I hadn't seen the movie. And my mom was like, maybe they just put like a funny title because she had never seen it either. That's why I hadn't seen it. So she just kind of made something up.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, that don't make sense. But it was just probably a movie she just never wanted to watch, so
Sure.
I didn't get around to watching it.
Oh my
And then I told you that and you were like, what?
girl.
And you corrected it. We
Yes,
watched
you must
all
correct
three.
right away.
We watched all three. I think if not that day, because it wasn't like now where you can just click a button and stream.
Yeah.
I think we were like 17 years old, so we had to like get the VHSs. I know that ages us, whatever. We had to get the VHSs and then we watched them.
Sure.
But those were, and that's when you were like, what rock were you living under? I was like, yeah. My mom didn't let me watch a
You're
lot of
living
things
a
growing up.
sad existence
Yeah.
without movies.
Yeah, she was really like, if it was a movie that had a lot of kids in it,
Hmm.
then yes, great, watch it.
Hmm.
Now, we talked about, I think previously, about
Radio Flyer.
Radio Flyer. It has kids in it. It's probably not a movie you should watch, but she let me watch that one.
Right.
There's another movie called Alice, Sweet Alice.
Mhm.
It's a horror, like it's a horror movie, but it's like I don't even want to talk about the topics. It's so bad.
Yeah.
But it had kids in it. And so she let me watch it. But I watched it again as an adult, and I was like,
What was I?
what? How come she wouldn't let me watch Star Wars? But she would let me watch Alice, Sweet Alice, because it says Alice in the title, and as a kid, it's not Alice in Wonderland, which I watched a lot as a child. But no, she was really weird about that. If I got lucky and I caught a movie on TV and she wasn't like sitting right next to me or she was cleaning, I might be able to sneak a movie I wasn't supposed to watch. But for the most part, I was very limited. Until I met you when I was like 16, 17, I was like, and I told you that, and you were like, we gotta fix this. So all the good
So
movies.
many movies to watch.
It's crazy to think that that's now kind of my childhood too, because that was so many years ago.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I watch reactors too, because
Mhm.
in person it's kind of weird. You watch somebody watch a movie the whole time, but on YouTube you're like, I'm watching you watch this movie. It's normal.
Yeah, those guys watching Homeward Bound, they were so funny.
Yeah. They are animal lovers, and they're like, no.
We all felt that way. Shadow put us through it.
Yeah, that movie's so good though.
I know you watched all the Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah.
Those are all good.
I was left by myself a lot, or it just feels like that, or maybe because I don't have the greatest memory when it comes to long-term things. But all I did was watch TV, and so if a movie is on or whatever, even if it was shortened for TV, as they used to have that note about that on movies, I'd be like, I'll watch it. And then you finally see the actual movie, you're like, this
what?
wasn't in the movie.
That's like when you watch movies with the extended version or the director's
Yeah.
cut, it feels like you're almost watching like a completely different movie because it's so much
Yeah.
extra stuff. Yeah, I remember they used to say that this movie has been shortened to fit the blah blah blah.
And
Like,
allow for commercials
allow
and
for
stuff.
commercials.
Yeah,
That's
speaking of
true.
extended versions, you have to watch extended of Lord of the Rings. I don't care what anybody says. Some people say that the theatrical version is best or whatever, but I'm like, no.
We watched, I don't know if it was all of them, but I know we watched at least one. Because isn't there three Lord of the Rings?
Yep.
Yeah. And I know we watched the first one with the extended. Because I
'Cause
remember
I
the
don't
other.
watch it any other way.
Yeah. But if we watched the other two, I can't remember.
Don't remember.
I remember the movies. I just can't remember if we watched the extended versions or not.
Yeah.
Those movies are unforgettable. So
Yeah.
you can't.
Sometimes me and my mom will watch all three
In a
it'd be
day?
like 12 hours.
Wow.
We used to watch like once a year, but then, she started watching other stuff and being more busy, even though she's retired. So
It's hot in Florida. Sitting on a hot day, if you're off and you don't have any work or responsibilities for the day,
yeah,
sitting and watching a TV or a movie for 12 hours with good company, that's a
Yeah.
good time.
yeah. Well, and she's a binge watcher. You were talking
Yeah.
about last time waiting, and she'll wait till the season's over before she's like, I'm gonna watch it all now.
I have to watch all of it. I need to binge the whole thing.
She's like, I don't want to wait week to week. I'll wait till it's
Yeah.
over.
I need to know right now.
Before I even start.
Yes.
Yeah, she was doing that for the second Last of Us, but I don't think she ever watched it because she's like, I'm not gonna watch one episode.
Don't. Ugh, the last of
Well,
us.
she doesn't know anything about what the story is supposed to be or whatever. So
Yeah, I love Pedro Pascal, so I will watch anything he's in. And I gave The Last of Us a chance, but I'm just too afraid of those freaking clickers. I can't. And I already knew going into season 2, just because I did like 2 minutes of research just on the game.
Mhm.
And I was like, in my mind, I was like, no way they're going to go with the game. They're not going to have someone as amazing as Pedro Pascal, as beautiful and wonderful as him, and then go with the game
Yeah.
Sure enough, and
But game lovers are hardcore fans.
yeah.
So if you try to deviate too much, you're like, what did you do? How dare you? But I'm sure some of them are like, oh, you can't do it. You can't do it. But
No, I didn't watch it. I even struggle just if like they're watching it in the living room and I'm in another bedroom. I don't like it. I don't even like the sound. Like you were making a sound earlier that sounded like the clickers. I was like, stop. It's like you can't do that around me. It bothers me. Yeah, don't. You're good at it. I've never said you weren't. You're great. You should be a voice actor, but don't be a clicker.
Like, what if that's the only work I get?
I guess I'll have to support your career and cry through it.
Yeah.
I can't even watch it's not a movie, but I can't watch The Walking Dead for that reason. I did watch that one movie, the zombie movie. What is it? 28 days later,
Yeah.
I think. I don't know who convinced me to
28
watch
days
that.
later, 28 weeks later, now they've come out with 28 years later.
Oh, 28 days later was enough. And I was.
Yeah, I watched the second one, but I don't know that I watched the third one. Because the same people weren't in the second one. So, you know, I get attached to people, so I'm like, who are these people? I don't.
Yeah. I just, it could happen. Like, I'm okay with like horror or fantasy or stuff like that, where it's like very unlikely that this is gonna happen for real. But I feel like zombies is just one of those things where it can happen.
Yeah, you know, scientists be testing stuff. They be doing crazy stuff. So they definitely could create some super virus or something. Not to say people aren't saying that's what COVID was, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
I'm really surprised that we don't have a real life Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Like, talk about scientists testing things.
Well, yeah, they cloned that sheep back in the day.
Yeah.
They've cloned other stuff since then. I'm like, they get around the dinosaurs, or they probably have, and they just haven't told anyone.
One of the actors who was in Power Rangers, he's also in Star Wars, and his mom is also in Star Wars. He did a TikTok the other day, and he said that I don't care how many Jurassic Park movies they make. I don't care how many times they warned us not to go. I would go, and I'm like, I can't even say that I would too. I don't.
If it's difficult, like if I have to get shipped to an island,
Yeah,
I'm not going.
He's the New Bloods. It's in whatever other islands those movies are based off of.
Yeah.
They are meant to be like really far away.
Yes, the 5 deaths.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't even know if they touch up on it. I feel like they really don't, because they get out in the second Chris Pratt one. It's the dinosaurs are everywhere or whatever. And yeah, in the second one.
Well, because they go get him or something. Because the part fails in the first one with him, and then people like Engine or whoever go get him, and then they bring him off the island.
The whole reason they're over there. Why are you
then
bringing
the
them
island
off the island?
gets destroyed, or dinosaurs get destroyed.
Oh yeah, that sad scene.
Yeah. But then now they're in the world.
Yeah,
and then you know the more engine rich people lose some, you know, and so now they're just roaming around the world, and people are like, we have to conserve them. I'm like, okay,
you should have thought of this already. Yes,
they're killing people, so I don't know what to tell you.
I know. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think this new one is supposed to be multiple movies too, I think. This new...
I feel like they're always going to be a franchise of 3 or something.
Every like
a trilogy or something.
Maybe it's like, I want to say, it feels like it was every 10 years, but the 90s and the 2000s are not 10 years apart. Like
no, it was a long time before the original in these. But now that they're making money, they're like, we can make money.
Yeah.
Do some more. And as long as it's done well and the story is good, like, you know, nobody ever learns their lesson ever.
Yeah.
So like, okay, more people are gonna die. This is the same universe where they don't realize that every time the dinosaurs get out and kill people.
Yeah. And they'll keep making movies like that. And I tell you, if it happened in real life, people would go.
Oh yeah, they would be over there. I always love that scene in the first new one where Jimmy Buffett has his drinks from Margaritaville.
He's running and holding them like I have to protect them.
I'm like, yeah, Jimmy Buffett would take his drinks.
Yes,
But that would be the people like, I'm here for the dinosaurs and my drink.
That's
Like,
funny.
you're about to die. Put your drinks down.
You know how much these cost at a theme park? These watered down theme park drinks,
Yeah,
it's like $40 worth of drinks right now. I had to fly to this other country to come see these dinosaurs. That's funny. Oh man, yeah. Jonathan Bailey, you would know who he was if you would have watched Wicked, but since you didn't,
I will see it in November when the other one comes out.
Yeah, he plays Fiyero in the new movie. He's in Bridgerton too, but I don't think you've seen Bridgerton.
No, I don't watch them Bridgerton.
Fellow Travelers.
There's too much drama in them shows with that lady, Shondaland.
It's Shondaland, yeah.
So much drama. I'm like, can we have normal lives? Can we not have normal lives? They gotta go through so much crazy stuff. And like that hospital, Grey's Anatomy, is like the worst hospital in the world. Everybody dies there.
Oh my God.
Like, close this hospital down.
Listen, I know people watch what most people watch Bridgerton for, and that's not what I watch it for. I like the outfits.
They're dirty.
Yeah, I don't even care about those parts. I like the costumes.
Which, in that modest time, would they really be doing all that in public and stuff too? Like crazy.
Probably, who knows what people did back then. But no, I love the costumes, and even in movies, like
I think that's probably why my mom watched it, for the costumes.
Yeah, like an old movie that I was obsessed with as a kid, that I was allowed to watch, of course, was the Ten Commandments. Talk about a long to VHS movie. And the costumes in that, Nefertiti, maybe it's Nefertiti, the main girl, the main love interest.
Sure.
Everything she wore was so vibrant. And I remember watching that and wanting everything that she wore. I was like, oh, I want all of these things. Even though they're probably not super like historically accurate.
Yeah.
I didn't care as a kid. I was like, I want everything she has on, just because I think the colors are pretty. And even when Moses leaves and he goes, wandering through the desert, and he finds Sephora. Sephora's outfits are really nice too. They're really simple, but they're really nice too. And that actress is the one, she played in the Munsters. She played the wife, the Herman Munster's wife. But oh my gosh, I don't remember her name. But yeah, I've always loved her too. That was a movie I was hyper obsessed with. My mom had to buy those VHSs like 3 times because I kept wearing them out, and I would rewind like the Egyptian parts. So like he's mostly in Egypt in like the first VHS, so I wouldn't burn out the second one as fast. I would just burn out the first one because I wanted to watch all the Egyptian parts. And then of course Mummy came out. I was a little more grown by the time Mummy came out, but I loved that, all 3 of them. Even the one without Evie, with the new Evie, I don't care. I love all 3 of those movies.
Yes, well, you really like Egypt things.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't see the didn't Tom Cruise do one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
It was weird.
Yeah, I refused. I was like, no, I need my original cast.
I mean, I saw it, but it was just a weird movie. It didn't have anything to do with that.
And it wasn't even Egypt, right? It was like,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think that's also part of the reason I didn't want to watch it, because I was like, I know that there's other
mummies in other places
that aren't just Egyptian, but classic monster mummy is the Egyptian mummy. Like, you can't go changing it. I guess.
Yeah, weren't they trying to like start a new franchise with like monster movies or something that flopped so hard?
Yeah. So now I know I'm gonna get this tidbit of information wrong, and I apologize if I know someone can correct me in the comments, but like in Epic Universe, there's Dark Universe, which is the Universal Monsters like portal.
Yeah.
So I think, if I remember correctly, they were trying to start the Dark Universe with that Tom Cruise mummy movie.
Yeah.
And like, I think in the opening credits of that movie, it says Dark Universe already. So they already were thinking of the concept, and I think they were going to have like they have at the park Dracula and Wolfman and all those, but that Tom Cruise movie did so bad that they were like, well,
it was a bad movie.
Maybe not. So, and I mean, Dark Universe is a wonderful portal, but it's such smaller scale than like, major productions that they were trying to do.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I have to double check to see if that information is true, but I feel like I read that somewhere.
Sure.
That they were trying to do that with those movies. But Brendan Fraser was at MegaCon 2-3 years ago, and they asked him if he would do another mummy movie, and I don't know how true this moment was, but he got on the phone and he's like, hold on, let me call Vivian. And I was like, please call Vivian, oh my God. And he's like, let me call her and ask her. And I was like, yes, please, that would be awesome. And I don't know, I think he pretended to call her or whatever, but it was so cute. I was like, oh, in my mind, they still talk, their BFFs. I love it.
I mean, that's like Leonardo and Kate Winslet. Yeah, have just been friends this whole time.
I love that. Yes, they're BFFs. I love that. I was actually just at the school where they filmed Basketball Diaries, my old elementary school. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
I like that. I like Titanic a lot when it first came out. But it was good like when it first came out. I didn't stay like super hyper fixated on it. And he did another one where he was a twin, like King Leo or something.
And I haven't seen that many Leonardo movies.
I thought that one was good too. Well, and in that time, he was like a hot throb, the heartthrob or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wasn't like super obsessed with him. I guess that was more like what's his name? Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah, JTT.
JTT, yes. He didn't really do many movies, but
yeah, and he quit acting early.
Yeah, he was in a few episodes of Smallville, but since I refused to watch Smallville, I didn't even see those episodes. I saw one episode of Smallville in its entirety. That's the one Dean Cain did, and that's it.
Yeah, speaking of movies that you didn't like the ending to, Titanic. Is there any other movies you would change the ending on?
I feel like there's a yes answer to this, and because I hate the movie so much, I can't think of it right now.
You've blocked it out of your mind from hate.
The flames from the side of my face are so strong. So like I can't watch this movie because of that. Well, that's what they say, like with Titanic, when they come up and they're like happy and they're like just before the iceberg hits.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, stop it right there. Just don't even keep watching it. Just stop right there and pretend that's it. And they lived happily ever after the end.
Yeah, I used to do that with Moulin Rouge.
Yeah,
Right. When they're happy and they're like, oh, before he finds out, I'm like, okay, the end.
Just turn it off. Yeah.
They live happily ever after.
They're still together. She didn't die.
Right.
He didn't become a drunk. It's all fine. Yeah.
No. That's a good musical, but that made me think of it because I was thinking about fan fictions again, and Titanic's one that I had gotten to in the more recent years. I'm like, what if Rose and Jack lived and they're somewhere, in Chippewa, wherever he said he was from, Falls or whatever.
Yeah. And that's where they are.
Yeah.
Well, and I know that this movie is obviously based off of a famous book, so I went into it 100% knowing. But again, Leonardo DiCaprio, when you watch his version of Romeo and Juliet with the girl from the Romeo and
I
Juliet
know who
movie.
you're talking about.
Yeah, at the end, there's like a second where she drinks the poison. They're both awake just before the poison kicks in, and they look at each other for a second. And I remember watching it, and I was like, "Are they gonna change it? Are they gonna both?" And for like 5 seconds, I was so happy that I was like, "It's gonna be different. It's gonna."
I'm sorry.
I still remember that. Like being in the theater, even my mom was like, they're gonna be like, calm down. I was like, it's gonna be different. It was not different. But I mean, you go into that one knowing what's gonna happen. That's a very famous book. But it's so certain.
Absolutely. And do you think of there are any underrated characters that kind of carried a movie?
Oof, that's a good question. You always put me on the spot.
Sorry.
Underrated characters. I'll think about it like in 20 minutes from now.
Okay. You know then.
You list one while I think. I'm gonna look at the menu in my head and try to remember.
Let me see. Underrated characters. I don't know either. I'm sure there's plenty of them where they were like, oh, if they weren't in this movie, it would flop. Or something like that.
Yeah, and they're not supposed to be the main character, but they like Urkel, that he steals the show.
Right.
And I'm like, Urkel's a show, not a movie.
Right. Yeah, I don't know any. Probably like a lot where the villain, you really like the villain or something, and it's supposed to not be the main thing. But I know you used to dress up as villains a lot.
Yeah, well, if we're talking like Disney villains, Maleficent, I mean, obviously that's why they made her own spin-off in movies. I mean, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty, whatever you want to call her, she's only in her own movie like 17 minutes. It's so much more about Maleficent.
Sure.
So she definitely steals the show. And I don't know, I guess maybe if you think about like Shrek, the movie's called Shrek, but what would Shrek be without Donkey? Like
Donkey.
Like those two, like you need Donkey. He's the main character, in my opinion. Even though he's probably not like, I mean, the movie's called Shrek, but so is Aladdin. Jasmine steals the show there too. But I mean, Aladdin, of course, is.
Well, for me, if you're talking about a Disney movie, I think about Little Mermaid and the crab or whatever.
Sebastian.
Yeah, I'm like, he's narrating the whole thing. They barely talk the whole movie to people.
Yeah. Yeah, you couldn't have that movie without Sebastian.
Yeah.
That's like the monkey in Aladdin, Apu.
Yeah.
He's important. And in the Broadway musical, they take him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, he's really necessary too, even though he doesn't technically talk. He's so like his impressions and his mannerisms are so important, and it makes the story go along. Even in the game, the old Aladdin game, there's like extra levels and stuff that aren't in the movie because of Apu and his little antics. Or Abu. Apu is from Simpsons. Abu. It's from
Abu Ababa.
Yes. Yeah, but them cutting him out. Yeah, right. He's the best. I love him. Them cutting him out in the Broadway musicals never sat right with me.
Yeah, I don't like those guys at all.
The ones the
three friends,
the random
or whatever.
friends.
Like, get rid of them.
Yeah. You tell me you can't have a monkey and you can have blades of grass in the Lion King.
Right.
Come on.
Well, and then they had the parrot as a person. They could have put Apu as a person.
Yeah. If Timon can have the puppet actors all green, you can have a monkey. Come on. Aladdin could have had it.
Yeah. Yeah, they gave up though.
I know.
It's still an amazing musical, but it definitely is missing a little something without Abu.
Yeah, he was good. Because Carpet is in it, and that's one of the best scenes. And Carpet's another character in that movie that,
Yeah,
even though Carpet doesn't speak,
he
he
has a lot
has
of
he has a
personality.
lot of personality, and he kind of moves the story along some. Just again,
Yeah.
the little side antics.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I can't think of any live action movies right now. I'm drawing a blank for side characters that steal the show.
Yeah.
But definitely the Disney animation, there's a lot in those.
Sure. Yes.
And those were like in that time that was a golden era of movies.
Sure. Yes.
Yeah, because you think of the teacup in Beauty and the Beast, Chip.
Mm-hmm. Chip.
Yeah, he's really important too for a little side character because he
Mm-hmm.
gets them to rescue Belle.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, and the candlestick and the clock talk to the
Yeah.
beast, like, get it together,
Yeah, like
man.
his little voice on his shoulder kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. They do that. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of the newer Disney movies. I stopped at Coco.
I stopped before Coco. I feel like I stopped at Cars. I never really too much liked when it moved to 3D animation or whatever.
Hmm.
I was always stuck on the 2D animation. Uh, but I liked The Incredibles and stuff that came out when I was
Those
in
were
college, and
good. Hmm.
it was amazing. I was like, this is a really good movie. Everybody should see it. And then when they took like 20 years for the sequel, I was like,
That's so funny.
but I do love that one. But when they made the switch over, I was like, Cars, meh,
Like the animation
meh.
style switch
Yeah,
over.
yeah. I was like,
I know. And then they went and did A Princess and the Frog
hmm,
back in like the classic style.
yeah,
And that movie did so poorly, and I don't think it has anything to do with the animation style. It has to do with the fact that your main character, which is the princess, which
hmm,
is what the demographic is looking at this movie for, is the princess.
yeah.
She's a frog, like almost the entirety of the movie,
Mm.
and it's like, which is ironic because your mom worked so hard in that dress, but her dress at the end, her classic dress that she comes out in the parks with, it so stunning.
Yeah.
She's in that dress for like I think I counted once. It's like 12 seconds. Like she's in that she kisses the frog, they turn into humans, and
Mhm.
bam, they're on another scene. Like that's what we want. That's what we're here for.
Right.
I mean, I understand, yeah, and some can say, well, Ariel's, human the most of the movie, and she's supposed to be a mermaid, but she's in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she don't talk most of the movie.
yeah, and
But
but visually, like what you're seeing,
yeah.
because more than just sound, is like her beautiful red hair, her stunning gowns. Like you still see that.
Yeah.
That's what girls want, and guys who like that kind of stuff. That's what people who like that kind of stuff want.
Yeah.
Is to see the beautiful gowns, the dancing,
Hmm.
and it goes to show that you don't necessarily need the voice because Ariel, whose whole thing is how her voice is so beautiful.
Yeah.
The movie is so fantastic, like every second the way through, because you still have all those other elements that you're like, I want to wear that dress. I want to wear that, and
Yeah.
I want my hair to look red and be beautiful like that. So I don't know. I loved Tiana as Tiana. In every outfit she did wear, even if it was only for a few seconds, I
Hmm.
loved it. But they don't. Unfortunately, they don't have it long enough in the movie, in my opinion.
Right. Yep. Well, we're moving on to the trivia news section here. Yeah, the new Superman's coming out. I haven't been to the movies in so long that I don't really know what's coming up, but I definitely want to see uh Wicked when the second part comes out. Besides that, I might see Superman. Uh,
depending on when we post this, we might have already seen it. Because I think they have a early, I think we bought our tickets, like the early tickets,
Mhm.
um, for like I think Amazon Prime. They can get early access or
Okay.
something. And I mean, if it's a Superman movie, I'm gonna want to be there. I already have an outfit and everything. I bought a specific outfit just for it. I'm ready.
Okay. And then what movie universe would you like to join?
Ooh, I mean, any universe that has like Superman, I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily want to be Superman, but I've always wanted to be friends with Superman. Like, I don't want to be Lois. I don't want to be Clark or Superman. I want to be a friend of theirs.
Mhm.
Almost kind of like Jimmy. I guess I
But
relate the
know
most to
everything.
Jimmy. And not even, yeah. I guess if you go back to like Lois and Clark, Star kind of didn't really know everything, but she was
Mhm.
kind of like, she got to hang out with them or whatever. I always thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of be a part of it and watch them and whatever. I mean, I guess it would be fun to fly,
Yeah.
but I have that fear of falling. So I'm like, I don't know that I actually want to fly. Sure, Superman can catch you, but
Yeah.
I just think it would be cool to see him fly. So I would like to be in that world.
Sure.
Um, I know newspapers are not um, really relevant nowadays, which is interesting to see what they're going to do in the movie with that. Um, but I mean, we still have news outlets of certain, like
Yeah.
like digital media and
Yeah.
news and all of that.
Associated Press and all
Yeah,
that
like
other
the
stuff.
photographer in me thinks it would be cool to even just be a part of like the Daily Planet world and
Yeah.
work there and see how news comes up and how they crack the case and all that. So that would be definitely be a world I would like to be in.
Sure.
Um, a Jurassic World made it so that I don't want to be in that world
Yeah.
because I would be way terrified to step outside. There could be a T-Rex at any moment. I would not want to be a part of that. Um, but I guess also Star Wars, like I would like to be in any, just plot me in any timeline in Star Wars and I'd be happy. Because I think I would want to be able to use the Force and wield a real lightsaber. But knowing me, I'd probably like chop off my own hand or something.
Oh
So
no.
maybe I should stick away from the lightsabers. That I mean, like lightsabers are really strong. Like even just like a little bit on your skin, and you're like messed up. So maybe I probably shouldn't be dealing with lightsabers. But the chance of having a Grogu and having, ugh, I would totally steal him from Mando. I would want to. There's a Lego. I think it's a Lego Christmas special, Star Wars Lego Christmas special. That's a mouthful.
Okay.
And they're going through like different timelines of all like the Star Wars stuff.
Mhm.
And for like a second, Mando and Grogu jump into the timeline where Rey is, and Rey's like, "Oh, you're so cute," and I'm like, "See, this is why Rey and I get along because she understands. She sees him for 1 second in like the only canon time. She's like, "Oh, you're so cute." Yes,
Yeah.
he is. So yeah, I would like to be in any Star Wars. Which would you want to be in?
Harry Potter, of course. You know, would want to be there at 11 to get my letter. And I would absolutely be a Hermione because, you have magic. And you find out you have magic, you're going to want to know everything there is to know. And become the best of the best.
Absolutely.
Uh, and then, just to have magic, just to have the chance not to be Voldemort, but to extend my life and have more time to learn more things would be really cool for me. Um, a regular movie that didn't have magic, let me think. I think Lord of the Rings does have magic, but I would like to be in that world. But probably like as an elf or something, not just as a human or something. And be like one of like be Arwen who doesn't leave.
Mhm.
Middle Earth, but just hangs out. We're like, I'll stay here. You guys go off to the Undying Lands. But that'll be fun. Be really good at bow and arrow like Legolas, and with daggers and stuff would be fun. When I play video games, I always think of Lord of the Rings when I'm doing like fantasy games. So, that's always fun. Um,
Another movie that I would maybe not want to be a part of the world, but like a scene that I would want to be in
yeah,
would be in the movie Hook when they're using their imagination to make all the colorful
food
food
and
show
stuff.
up.
Yeah,
Just that scene, that whole scene seems so fun. Like, imagine being a timeless child where you're just in fantasy and suddenly all this
you can
food
imagine stuff and it shows up.
and it shows up and then you're just with your friends and you're having this food fight and that seems like a moment that would have been a lot of fun
Hmm.
to be a part of. Um, Also too, I know it's one of your favorites, but going to the garden in the secret garden.
Oh yeah.
When that movie first came out, I think any garden I saw, I was almost like hoping it would be like the secret
A
garden.
secret
Like
garden,
just the
yes.
aesthetic of how beautiful the way they did the garden in that movie is. Because that movie has undertones of sadness in it, but
Yeah.
the garden itself, and again, that fantasy like in Hook, where the kids are just having like that fun and they're just
Yeah.
happy, and I like that kind of moment
Yeah. And
being.
it was
Mhm,
always like mysterious and wonderful, just a garden locked away, like that
mhm.
nobody went to.
Yeah,
Like a secret place, that you could go was always appealing.
yeah. And I mean, I grew up in Manhattan. We didn't have a lot of gardens. I mean, there's that one famous garden that Rosario Dawson did her little tidbit in Sesame Street in. But I mean, and that garden had a real secret garden feel to it. Um, and it's still there. A group of my friends did a video there for Puerto Rican Day Pride.
Hmm.
Um, and it looks the same with the gazebo and everything. And I always remember the gazebo because of Secret Garden. And I was like, oh, anything that has a gazebo and a garden, I'm like,
Yeah.
that movie has made me want to just be there
Sure.
and enjoy it.
Yeah, when me and Mrs. Gilmartin or whatever.
Mhm.
No, that's not right. Me and Miss K went up to the Shands to deliver. There was a gazebo. We went to have lunch or
Mhm.
something, and I was
Yeah.
like,
I know. I was like, anything with a
magical.
garden and a gazebo. I'm hooked. So yeah.
Absolutely. If I had my own, house and stuff and designed the yard and stuff, there would absolutely be a gazebo, and there would absolutely be like a wall of the garden
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah. I would love that.
You had to open it with a key. Like, where's the key to the garden? I
Mhm.
found the key to the garden.
With the vines going up the side of
Yeah.
the fence. Yes. That's so beautiful. I definitely would want to do that if I had like a big space for it.
And that was what was so great about those movies. They were all so magical, and
Hmm.
even though there wasn't magic, it felt magical.
Hmm.
So that was fun.
Yeah. So any world that has like an element of magic to it, because I know I said Superman, but I mean being able to fly is an element of
Oh
magic,
yeah,
even
I've
if he's
always wanted to be able to fly.
yeah, even if he's an alien, it's still an element of magic because we can't do it. Like as humans, even in that world, we can't do it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that would always be my go-to. Anything that has like you worded it as an element of magic is is fun. That's what I want. Put me there.
Yes, for sure. All right, well, we made it to the outro. I want to talk about anything you're nerding out about right now.
You guys are gonna get tired of my answer.
Now, you can't talk about cosplay, something else.
Oh man. Well, I guess something completely different than cosplay then. At the beginning of the year, I started a book journal
Mhm.
because I saw a lot of people, I guess, like on TikTok, were last year at the end of the year were like, I read 120 books. I read 250 books. And I'm like, I have no idea how many books I read because I didn't even think to write it
Right.
down.
Who's keeping up?
And who's keeping up? And like, I think a lot of people have like, I guess they do it through like Goodreads or I
Sure.
know my Kindle, for example, which is, I do read most of my books on there. It tells you like year to date how many books you've borrowed or whatever,
Yeah.
and it'll tell you what you've completed and what you haven't. So I was like, okay, that's great, but I read, I think, like 73 books on Kindle in 2024, but I read so many others like on Hoopla, on Libby,
Hoopla.
on, yeah, I have like four apps, Audible and Hoopla and Libby also like tell you year to date. So then I was like scrambling at the end of the year to try to like write down all these like different apps. But then I read physical books. I didn't have thing of all the comic books I didn't have a digital copy of. And I was like, there's no way to know. And I was like, in 2025, I'm gonna start a journal. And I've been like really making sure, like meticulously keeping track. And I also want to like keep track of not just how many books I read, but like what types. Like, did I read more comic books? Did I read more novels? Did I read more romance books? So it's like I do it by month. So I'll say, these are the books I read, um, what kind they are, if they're like queer books, MM romance, sapphic, like whatever the type of book is, I like put it down so that at the end of the year I can I can get there. And since we're halfway through this year already, since year went by fast,
Yep, 6 months left. That's it.
I was like, I think I wanted to be like somewhere around like 150 for the year, because I was just under 100 last year, like super close to 100. I was like, I think if I really motivate myself, I could do 150, but I would have had to have been at 75 technically to have hit
Right.
the halfway mark, and I'm like right at 50.
Mm.
And I'm like, so I mean, even if you keep up with that, I'll still hit about 100 at the end of the
Yeah.
year, which I mean, I think that's a pretty good goal.
Yeah, there's statistics about how many people after high school and after college never read another book.
What? Oh,
So if you're reading it all, it's good.
yeah.
Um, but I definitely want to get back into reading, so not nerding out about that yet. But definitely interested in starting a little book club on the channel here, and I think that'll be fun. Doing some reading, maybe on Discord or something. That will be fun. So I'm really nerding out about all the things we can share with people. And if we build a great community here, and I think we can.
Yeah.
And so, it'll be fun to share new fandoms. Maybe we'll get like um requests to learn to join a new fandom of something
Hmm.
neither one of us has thought about being a part of, and we can expand our horizons in a lot of ways, and I think that'll be fun.
Yeah. And you reading in general is something we definitely need to do somehow because I've always loved when you read to me.
Thanks.
I just, as much as I read, I don't ever feel comfortable reading out loud. Um, but I mean, Audible wouldn't be successful if people didn't like being read to.
Right.
And the best audiobooks are the ones where the narrator or the reader is animated, and you get really animated when you read. And
Yeah.
that's my favorite part about it. So it's like having a really good narrator to read a book. So, and technically a book that I mean, because you were reading Harry Potter to me, which was technically books I didn't have interest in, but I think just how you read them has kept me engaged.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, once you get into the story, you're kind of like,
You're
okay, I need to
interested
know what
now. What
happens
happens
next.
now?
Yeah,
Yes,
I need
we
to
have
know
to get
now.
right. We
Yeah.
have to finish those for sure. We're on
Yeah.
the Order of Phoenix still.
Yeah.
But hey, hey, nerds, thank you for hanging out with us and joining us for this awesome podcast we're doing here. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment on what you're nerding out about right now, what movies and TV shows you're loving right now, and anything you think we would like in the future.
Let
That
me
would
know
be,
what book you're reading.
yeah, books you're reading and all that. And, we'll catch you on the flip side, nerds.
Bye.